Some. Can you please bring me some water from the kitchen? Any? Do you have any suggestions for the project? Many students attended the seminar on global warming. Few. There are few opportunities as exciting as this one. Several employees volunteered for the charity event. All members of the team must attend the meeting. None of the students had completed the assignment. Most of the guests enjoyed the live music performance. We have a lot of work to do before the deadline. Enough. Do we have enough ingredients to make dinner tonight? A few. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't start without me. I bought a couple of new books for the book club. Every student is required to submit their homework on time. Each participant received a certificate of participation. There is much to learn from the experiences of others. There is little time left to complete the assignment. Can you spare a little time to help me with this task? We need more information to make a decision. I need less sugar in my coffee. It's too sweet. Several candidates have been shortlisted for the job. There is plenty of space for everyone at the venue. There are too many errors in this report. We need to revise it. Too few. Unfortunately, there are too few volunteers for the event. We accomplished a great deal of work during the project. A large number of people attended the conference. A majority of voters supported the new policy. A minority of employees disagreed with the decision. Only a handful of students passed the challenging exam. Add a bit of salt to enhance the flavor of the dish. The exhibition featured a multitude of artistic styles. The library offers a plethora of books on various subjects. The internet provides a myriad of resources for learning. There are countless stars in the night sky. The project attracted numerous volunteers. Innumerable. The scientists discovered an innumerable number of galaxies. Abundant. The forest is home to an abundant variety of flora and fauna. Please provide a sufficient amount of evidence to support your claim. The experiment yielded a copious amount of data for analysis. The region faced a scarcity of water during the drought. The farmer's market had an abundance of fresh produce. There is a dearth of qualified candidates for the position. Only a fraction of the budget was allocated for research. She served a delicious portion of lasagna for dinner. The museum offers a wealth of historical artifacts. A cluster of stars shone brightly in the night sky. She baked a fresh batch of cookies for the event. He carried a heavy load of books to the library. There was a pile of colorful leaves in the backyard. The librarian organized a neat stack of books on the shelf. The florist wrapped a beautiful bundle of flowers. A slew of new products will be launched next month. The scientist conducted a series of experiments to test the hypothesis. The store offers a range of products to suit different preferences. The art gallery displayed a mix of traditional and contemporary artworks. The city boasts a diversity of cultures and traditions. The menu features a variety of dishes from different cuisines. The boutique offers a selection of stylish clothing. The survey included a cross-section of the population for accurate results. He ate a chunk of delicious chocolate cake. The documentary focused on a segment of the society facing challenges. The archaeologist discovered a fragment of an ancient artifact. Only a fraction of the students completed the extra credit assignment. A considerable amount of we invested a considerable amount of time in research. A substantial amount of. The company allocated a substantial amount of resources to the project. A generous amount of. She received a generous amount of support from her colleagues. A meager amount of. The team had only a meager amount of time to prepare for the competition. A modest amount of. We made a modest amount of progress in the first phase of the project. A significant amount of. The study revealed a significant amount of new information. A trivial amount of. Despite its trivial amount, the detail played a crucial role in the investigation. An excessive amount of. There was an excessive amount of noise coming from the construction site. An insignificant amount of. There's an insignificant amount of dust on the surface of the antique furniture. An ample amount of. The chef added an ample amount of seasoning to enhance the flavor of the dish. An infinitesimal amount of. The scientist added an infinitesimal amount of the rare substance to the solution. A copious number of. The event attracted a copious number of participants from different regions. A profusion of. The garden displayed a profusion of vibrant colors during the blooming season. A surplus of. The store had a surplus of inventory after the holiday season. A shortage of. The sudden increase in demand led to a shortage of supplies. A batch of. She prepared a fresh batch of homemade soup for the family. A multitude of. The festival attracted a multitude of visitors from various backgrounds. A bulk of. The bulk of the work was completed ahead of schedule. A raft of. The new policy brought about a raft of changes in the organization. A load of. He received a load of praise for his outstanding performance. A ton of. We collected a ton of donations for the charity. A cluster of. A cluster of clouds gathered on the horizon, indicating an impending storm. A congregation of. A congregation of people gathered at the town square for the annual event. A flock of. A flock of birds migrated south for the winter. A troop of enthusiastic volunteers joined the environmental cleanup. A swarm of bees buzzed around the colorful flowers in the garden. A gaggle of children played joyfully in the park. There was a pile of books on the table, waiting to be read. A mound of sand formed on the beach after the storm. There's a heap of clothes in the laundry basket waiting to be washed. A stack of. She organized a neat stack of papers on her desk. A bundle of. The florist prepared a beautiful bundle of flowers for the special occasion. A batch of. She baked a delicious batch of cookies for the holiday party. A set of. He purchased a unique set of antique furniture for his home. A couple of. I picked up a couple of interesting books at the bookstore. A trio of. The musical group consisted of a talented trio of musicians. A dozen of. She bought a dozen of fresh eggs from the local farm. A score of participants completed the challenging obstacle course. A hundred of volunteers dedicated their time to community service. A thousand of stars sparkled in the clear night sky. A myriad of. The rainforest is home to a myriad of plant and animal species. A gazillion of. The internet is filled with a gazillion of amusing cat videos. A multitude of. The marketplace offers a multitude of options for shoppers. A plethora of. The buffet presented a plethora of delectable dishes for the guests. A cornucopia of. The garden boasted a cornucopia of colorful flowers in full bloom. A wealth of. The library contains a wealth of resources for avid readers. A sea of. The stadium was filled with a sea of cheering fans during the championship game. All students must complete the mandatory orientation session.
My dear friends, if you are satisfied with this tutorial, please help me to develop this channel, so please press the like or dislike button. It is highly important to me. Thank you. Thank you very much for your support.